It's working.
What's going on, folks?
All right, guys. So we are working first time live with this camera, but why AI won't replace the personal brand? And I mean, why do you think AI won't replace us, Jeremy?
Literally, I think people love to interact with other people. So I know AI is all the talk, all the buzz, like the last year probably. Um, but I think people sincerely love to interact with other people, whether that's good, bad, whether that's political posts on Facebook or whatever it might be. People love to interact with other people, and I think that's not going away. Is my firm belief. I think AI is probably helping to what is the word I'm looking for?
Enhance the human experience.
Yeah, kind of come along. Yeah, kind of come alongside and make the tedious things that we used to. How do I make a skit for this or an overview of that? It's definitely helping with that. But I truly believe Anthony's helped me for 3 years now, 2.5 years, 3 years.
Yeah, the more we'll take the bigger number.
3 years.
Take
all right.
More credit. 3 years. Yeah.
3 years, and we're in Wisconsin, and this guy. Anthony Scott Digital online. Check him out. But he's the real deal. So he does anything from real estate agents to construction companies, plumbing. It's all over the board, right?
Well,
a lot of construction and home.
A lot of home services, specialty marketing. We got a paid ad specialist. We got an enterprise level tech expert. And I mean, we even another videographer and graphic professional. So. Yeah, we got a very diverse team. Everybody's smarter than me because I just I just realized, like, in order to grow, I could never do it by myself. I could never. You got to lean into people smarter than you. And some of the stuff is AI. And AI, I believe, won't replace the personal brand because there's a lot of things where AI is so perfect, right? But at the same time, I still need the human connection. I need the imperfection. I need the quirks. I need your mistakes. I need to learn. I like to learn from experience. I wish I could always just learn from other people like that. Sometimes I still make mistakes, but
yeah. So
I'm just saying it's not perfect.
No, so that's empathy, right? Like empathy and intelligence, like emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
AI doesn't have that. So when someone's having a bad day or a great day, and you come alongside them, hey, bro, you're having a great hey. Energy focuses on energy. So if we're like, hey, camera adjustment, hold tight. But hey, if someone's having a good day, oftentimes, especially if you work with them day in and day out, you're most likely going to have a good day and be smiling and happy. If someone's having a really piss poor day, pardon my language, you're probably not going to be having the best day either. You're going to be a little down in the dumps. So there's that aspect too of the emotional intelligence in regards to the human mindset.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just kind of like AI itself. It's great. It's a great tool, but I don't think it will replace personal brands just because of that. I mean, I get it. You could have all these deep fakes and everything else, but you're still going to want to connect with a human at the end of the day. I mean, unless we become upgraded humans, then that'll be normal and whatever. You'll be part of it. But anyways, I think it's just at the end of the day, it's not going to replace that imperfect human that we all want to learn from.
I mean, let's talk about how you and I have grown our own personal brands, like from Facebook to even LinkedIn, Nextdoor, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. So for me personally, I was off of Facebook until 2 years ago. I jumped off because it was a waste of time, in my opinion. Now it's I use it for branding, not just for branding, but I am super encouraging on there. I like to highlight other businesses, places I go, highlight Anthony. He does a ton of help for us. What else is there?
Well, I mean, I think it's better to hear from another person. So it's always good, just as far as sales and stuff. But it sounds like if I recommend a company or a place to eat, 9 out of 10 versus the company itself, for some reason you listen to that word of mouth marketing, and it's still some of the best form of marketing. But so Jeremy's very consistent, and he's very good at sharing, all the way from Jeremy's kitchen all the way to personal beliefs, all the way to stuff that you would think you wouldn't want to share because it defines you too much. But what we found in just sharing your exact interest, like coffee, gym, motivation, recipes, faith based, whatever it is, that that core audience just like latches onto you even more. And what I've found by sharing more of like, like for example, I love dogs, right? And um it'd be like some of my friends, I'd be like, hey, can I borrow your dog if you can't come with me to dog park? So like that, like I love coffee. I love going to the gym. I love all things marketing consulting. And lately I've been on this passive income kick for 14 months and doing more YouTube about it and helping people get there. It's just I even use AI with creating some of our courses. But even in noticing how perfect that is, if we just use all AI, I still need to put my face in there. People need to see me as the instructor
Right.
because otherwise it's so boring, so dry. There's no human element to it. But I mean, just as far as like how his personal brand is going, it is very relatable and just everything you share. What gives you those ideas?
I think like being your authentic self, that sounds like, not to sound like Oprah or something, because I don't like Oprah, so the algo will probably be like, you guys suck.
See,
don't
you're
like
doing
Oprah.
it right now. You're doing it right now. See, you've already cemented down a belief for somebody you don't like. That's
Yeah.
awesome for branding, guys. It's literally a lesson right there.
So like definitively for me, it's being as authentic as I can be, which is who you should be, right? So that's anything from, I preach on kind of like the 4 F's with it, which is faith, family, food, fitness, like
I'm just gonna
those
try to adjust
things.
the camera.
Those
Go ahead.
things for me, I focus on. I am currently on a fitness journey and on a food journey because I've had a lot of struggle with that my entire life. As you can tell, I'm a big dude, but I'm working on it. So all you haters out there, send those comments down below. It's okay. It's fuel for the fire. But anyway, the focus is really being authentic. And if you're authentic when you are doing your marketing, and I call it truth in marketing, when you're being your authentic self on social media and not making it seem like, man, I'm this, Hogan's hero, or I'm this Captain America. When you're your authentic self and you get into that home for a customer, or you get in front of that customer comes to you for a service, and you're that same person they see day in and day out through social media. When you're that same person, when you get to them, they already know you. The trust is already built. They already know your, kind of your belief, your core beliefs. They already know your, what kind of makes you laugh, what you're passionate about. So, that trust is already built. That bridge is already built on their end. It's not necessarily built on my end, but if I'm the one selling them something, what matters is that they trust me, right? So that's the biggest thing for me, is they get to see my entire life, big picture, and then see who I actually am. And then they're relatable and understand like I'm being who I am online as much as I am when I'm in their home.
Yeah.
Or whatever, out at a restaurant, or I bumped into a guy up in Mercer, Wisconsin, which is like 3 hours north of here. And he's like, dude, I follow you on Facebook. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird.
And
but
for everybody else, that's like, I mean, we understand like people just getting out of high school right now. Some don't even have Facebook. But for everybody else that's like in home service marketing or you're a real estate agent, Facebook's still going to be hot for the next, like, I would say 10, 15 years.
I would say
It's not going away, but especially for sales. And I understand like maybe eventually, but for right now, it is strong for home services marketing and it's strong for personal brands. It's also right now rumored to hear that they're one of the top paying more in TikTok right now, and as well as YouTube, because I mean TikTok keeps re-rolling. It's yeah. Anyways, those are just from some creators and clients that I have that are just awesome and that just share the information with me. But so like it or not, I mean, Facebook isn't going away, but the way you cement down into your personal beliefs or what makes you you, the stuff you like to do, all of that is part of your brand and who you are. And when you try to just create something like so professional and so polished and just or you over edit or you do the dopamine edits. I mean, I could spend hours into creating dopamine edits too, and binge worthy, or more like that's where like I jump in After Effects and you just include more effects. I just like I like it. Some of the videos are nice, but at the end of the day, if I can just jump on here and be myself, I feel that's way more worth it. They can see my mistakes or see like that's why some of my videos, even if you go on this YouTube channel, some of my intros are purposely left.
Which, by the way, like and subscribe. You know the routine. So
yeah, tell your friends.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, some of my intros are purposely left where I make a mistake in the intro or something,
Right.
and I'm like, actually, that's good. So I leave it, because I like it or I think it's funny. Also, we had a lot of like funny content that's on the funniest video. You can go back and watch that. But Jeremy does a killer job in a skit, but it's just he's like a phone operator, but yeah. So he's always got this big energy, big voice, and always sharing who you are. I feel is a great recipe for a personal brand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little cheesy because I like intros. I'm an intro guy. I'm a kind of tagline guy. So, I have those things that I make sure I do. But anything that can separate you from the pack is always obviously marketing 101. But back to Anthony's, I think, the authenticity, being authentic. I have most of my videos that I do, Facebook. Obviously, everyone knows Facebook Lives. They love it when you go live on Facebook. I don't know why, how that works. It's just their algo, whatever. But if I shoot a video on my phone, not Facebook Live, post it, I may be getting like 500, 600 views. If I post a Facebook Live, that thing could be 2,000 views, which I know to a lot of people on here isn't a whole lot. But when my market and friends group is like 2,000, that's a lot of people that are seeing my content locally.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah, it is.
So it's pretty cool. Like, figuring those little things out too, where it's like, hey, okay, yep, Facebook Live. I'm not doing a pre-recording, and then I always without a doubt, I'm stumbling, fumbling, bumbling. There's something in there where I'm like, whatever, dude. Let's just keep rolling. And people, I think, understand like, hey, you're live, you're doing this, you're not editing it. It's just kind of, you're going with the flow, and I think people appreciate just the authenticity of it. Like, hey, this guy's being real. If I was on video, I'm probably going to screw up once or twice too. So I think that's the biggest thing that like people grasp onto and be like, this guy's just being real,
Yeah, and I think too if you want to see him really mess up some intros and some sign-ons, you remember that video where you had your twin there?
Oh yeah,
and you kept on messing up the sign-on.
Yeah, this dude made a twin video that is fire. So I hope can you link that down below?
Yeah, I can. I can probably just drop it in the chat.
Yeah, or drop it in the chat.
But it was pretty hilarious because, he said he's a sign-on tag guy or whatever, but it's funny, and it's actually like him just like if you tell him to script it, he's not going to be funny, but if you let him go off the cuff, he just does way better. And I think for his brand, he should always just
off the cuff,
get the notes. Like I'm like for this video, I'll look at a couple bullet points and then I'll go and then I'll glance at them as I'm like in here doing it just in case I forget something. But whatever, that's that human element of we're not perfect, and hey, I can't take away our personal brand until we become that.
Right.
But no, like I see a lot of people worried about this, and so they always post like, they never post anything on the edge. They're always afraid to offend somebody. They're so worried about being so soft all the time. Just be yourself, and how it comes out is how it comes out. And guess what? Your audience will find you and be attracted and will love you for just you being you. So if there's been anything that I can say or encourage you, it is to just be you. Don't change. If you like to go hunting, fishing, I mean, whatever you like to do, share that. Make that your, when they say, oh, it should be 10% business. No, it should be like 20, 30% your personal life, because people buy people.
Yeah, people buy from people they know, like, and trust.
I could tell already, like, if I seen him on a video, he's funny, he's relatable. And if I seen him on some cooking tips, dude, I want my tips from a chef that's a big guy. Okay, because you want to know why? You never trust a skinny chef.
Working on being a little guy, but it takes time.
Well, don't do it too much. You might kill your personal brand.
Nah, it'll be all right.
How much weight does he got to lose until he loses all of his followers
Yeah.
and people that does business with him? Oh my!
I know there's going to be like 5 comments in there of some guys that are, I'm going to use the word D. That's just who they are. They can't help themselves.
Whatever.
So they'll leave comments in there. I guarantee you. Hey, we got 1 watcher. What's going on? Welcome to the room.
But yeah,
That's what's going on.
We're talking about the personal brands and how AI is never going to take it from us because look, at the end of the day, like I think we've kind of said, but we can reiterate it once. It's perfect. AI can be perfect, too perfect, left unchecked. It can like make what Elon Musk was saying. Like,
oh, you bumped off already?
That's all right.
I'll see you later. Peace.
That's all right. We don't know who they are. They could be from anywhere.
Pakistan.
But yeah, right. But like you don't know. We need to let's have the mess ups in there. Let's have the mistakes. Let's show people, hey, we're human just like you. Yeah, we're everyday people. We make money in different ways, but you can have these results too. Whatever.
Yeah, and the flip side is not everyone is your ideal customer. Like. You don't need to. Everyone is not your customer, right, Anthony? Like,
dude, I'll tell you,
not everyone is. Clients. Yeah, not everyone is my ideal customer.
There's been times where I've needed the money. Like in the first example, when I first started, I needed the money so bad, but the person was just so nitpicky, and my work was still really good at this point. I was just college trained. I was trained off past experience. And not current experience, if that makes sense. So like our teachers, like although 20 years in marketing agencies, they're great, they didn't have current experience because they'd been teaching for 5 years and I was learning from past experience. And I didn't feel like that was good for my education. I graduated just recently, like 2019, end of 2019, I'd say it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
But what you learn just doing it hands-on for clients, the types of ads we run for clients that actually perform better. And it's going to be no secret, but it's literally like if you're in the Midwest, people are going to want to see your family, your pets on the ads. They're going to want to know like your views almost politically. Seriously. For some people, it doesn't matter. But, the more you can just share and show people who you are, that'll make it easier for the sale. What would you feel like how would you feel if, let's say, I don't know, like companies that don't spend enough money on their marketing and you're constantly like, let's say you're a door knocker and you have to explain who you are once you get to the door. Do you feel that companies like dropping the ball on the marketing spend? I think they would be if they'd be like out drinking and.
Yeah, I think the level of brand awareness, I think penetrating that wall is pretty hard. I think you need to be in business for a while, not like 20 or 30 years, but I think you need a little bit of time under your belt for brand awareness, unless you are, cash strapped heavy that you can just, hey, I'm going to billboard, I'm going to Facebook ad, I'm going to,
right.
Instagram. Unless you have, treasure troves full of cash, I think it's pretty hard to get that brand awareness to that point, like super fast. That's why a lot of top like window brands or, we have a large roofing company in our area, everyone knows their jingle, so I think it does take time, but I think if you don't have the time, you got to be flush with cash in order to really bootstrap that thing to get rolling right away.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know. It's like the companies that do better, I feel like, are the ones that are trying to make social media a game, And I think I found that out with my marketing. Even I've been paid to consult companies and just tell them like, hey, like I remember at the time, I'd have a client and it'd be somebody else in a home service business, and they'd have like one, a couple sales reps. And I'd be like, guys, literally a lot of this could go easier if your reps took it upon them to also post. And I'm not talking about your past employer. I'm talking about companies locally that have like hired me to be like, hey, where's our issue?
Right.
Because sometimes it's like, it's It's not a sales problem. It's not a marketing issue. It's a sales problem. And you just have to identify. Dude, you almost just took a big old dumper.
Yeah.
You almost just fall.
Hey,
all
guess
the way
what?
back.
We had Mexican for lunch. So if you guys heard that in the video, which I'm sure you did, it's all good.
Oh, I thought you almost fell. I didn't know you shit yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. And,
Wow.
and if it smells, we're cutting the live and we're evacuating the premises immediately. No, but like for real, I just think like, well, no, it doesn't smell, dude. I'll have to cut
Just
this
air,
out.
bro. It's just air.
All right.
It's like
well,
Pomp's tire.
I think at 20 minutes you've learned enough about personal brand and what we had for lunch. So
Yeah. And
wait, I should finish it up. So when I've literally been paid money to consult for companies, and to identify like, hey, you got some gaps in your sales force actually, like, and they're like, well, we don't pay them X amount. And I'm like, well, so what? They're
Right.
still wearing your brand. They're still wearing your shirts. That's your name that you created, and
Right.
you're now giving them the ability to make over 6 figures. Why are we not on these people to be posting during, at least during the week? But I've literally had companies when I've asked like, hey, how about this? I'm going to go around and just ask everybody's thoughts on this today before we kick off this meeting. And one lady said, and I quote, well, I don't know if I exactly quote, but she says, that's my personal account. I'm not posting anything I do at work on my personal account. She said that in front of the owner, and literally within the week she was gone. I don't know if he fired her for that exact reason, but I definitely know it started from that issue. They probably just found all sorts of holes in her work after that. Now why she actually was let go, I don't know, but I would feel that like if I'm the owner and you say something like that, and we're like a very grassroots like type startup,
Yeah.
and we've just been successful for the first couple of years, and I just finally figured out like, dude, you're slowing us down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because like I try to move so fast that like if something like that is in my company, I want you gone myself. But does that surprise you that person was gone?
No, I don't think it surprises me. I think we're moving into the world of kind of back in Grandpa and Grandma's day to some degree, where like, hey, you kind of find your tribe, find your community, even at work. So between workspaces, whether it's a faith-based church or whatever, I think you find your tribes of people that you like to hang with, and I think that's what kind of bears on your success. I mean, you grow from there. And if someone's not within your community or is bucking it like tooth and nail, maybe it's time for them to find a different community. Not brashly, like not being mean. I just think like when you have unity, in your home, when you have unity in your coworkers, when you have unity like you and I, like when you have unity, I think it just makes everyone happy, right? Like
how about your homies at the gym?
Same thing. Yeah.
There's still friends you got at the gym that maybe you only see them when you go to the gym, but when you see them out in personal, maybe like if I see somebody to go to the gym with at the store or something, I might just walk by them, or if it's a conversation, great. Or it could turn into, hey, I'm going to here, or I'm having people over for a fire, or we're cooking out, or you know what I mean? Like it could turn into actual like cool friendship, and but I don't know. Like, what are some activities you like to do that kind of cement you down? Like, I love going to coffee shops for business meetups. Now, I wish I had more time, but between the clients, the creative agency, making content for YouTube, and then now getting into passive income and selling the course income accelerator.com and helping everyday people make money online, I wish I had more time, but I find fellowship in those areas or like brotherhood or like, just people you really get along with really well, places like that. And for me, it's like I said, it's gyms, coffee shops. I would love to go to more business networking, coffee type, or even brunch type situations, but I just don't always have the time. But I don't know where you like to go as far as
I mean, I think I have a family, so my family time is super important. I love my church family. My coworker's awesome. I love hanging with Anthony. Him and I have bounced ideas off one another. We're super creative when you get in a room. Usually we try to do it pre-lunch because our creative minds.
Yeah, we figured that out.
Yeah, we figured that out. Our creative minds are not as creative post lunch, even though we're on this today. I was like, let's just do a live quick. But yeah, I mean, I would say, I have been going to the gym lately, which has been really hard for me because I never really worked out all of my life. So that's been cool. But I
actually did not know that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. And maybe, I mean, who knows? Like maybe you just didn't learn how to work out when you were growing up.
No, never.
So I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that. And maybe, I don't know. But that is cool. No, I was just thinking about places I like to go, things I like to do, where I would possibly, meet people. I mean, I do a lot of shopping between Myers, Walmart, and Festival in our area.
I think the other thing too is if you are a generous person, like naturally, right? Like I'm naturally generous. That's just who I am. Even though Anthony bought lunch today.
Hey,
but if you're naturally generous, I mean, man, show that you're generous. Like I've offered coffee gift cards or give coffee, paid for people's coffee right outside my favorite coffee shop at Seth's Coffee. I'm sitting outside and I'm just handing out $5 bills. Like, hey, you want a free coffee on me today? Here's $5. What's the catch? There is no catch. I just want to bless your day.
See, weird.
Yeah. So people thought it was weird, but just, here's $5. Buy yourself a coffee.
So there's also another pro marketing tip right there from Jeremy, because when he does this, he does get good results. I mean, yes, people like stuff for free, but people remember that, or people share that. And now for $5, you've just gotten inside of somebody else's personal network, and maybe, you don't know how many decision makers are in that network,
right,
or how many people are looking for your home services or a house full of new windows or whatever. Windows and doors,
yeah.
But for you guys, but I'm just saying, you never know, and as far as the gift cards,
yeah,
I
mean, you can think, $100
generators,
$100 gets you, $100 gets you 20 people at $5,
I would
of impact. Like, hey, let me buy your coffee today.
Yeah. And then I'm just thinking of the other ones, because I know some of my other clients, they do giveaways. I know one of my
we're doing right now, my wife and I right now and my two brothers are doing $100 Woodman's gift cards for joyful Thanksgiving giveaway to families in need. I have 6 or 7 entries right now. They sent us an email explaining either their personal situation or a neighbor recommends them, and they're saying the personal struggles that they're going with. One lady had a severe car accident and things like that, but we're giving those away. And I think out of the 4 videos I've done and 3 posts, there's something like 7,000 views between those. So it's just, that's something to keep in mind too. You don't have to do that, but like I said, if you're a generous person, that certainly goes a long way when people see that you are generous.
Did I leave you on the screen real quick?
No, I'm kind of overshadowed or something.
Okay, that's because of my ISO.
There we are.
Well, I wanted to stop focus hunting in this whole video.
Has been focus hunting?
Yeah.
Focus? Yeah, but it's a little dark.
Hold on. I'll manually key that in.
I think we're probably pretty good anyway, ain't it? We're at 28. Do you want to kind of do a sign out?
Yeah.
On this live?
What, and you know what, I figured it out.
You want to do a sign
out?
The
camera was in automatic mode, and it kept focus hunting, and it's still doing that. Maybe it's just doing that right now because we have it on live.
Let's do turkey necks.
Our shot even looks better now.
Yeah.
I
think it looks slimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good angle for you. No, but I just think at the end of the day, being yourself, connecting with groups that, if you like to go to the gym, if you like coffee houses, whatever, those are your people, but share about the stuff you like to do. When they say only make it 10 to 20%, I say make it 30. Share more of your personal life, kind of like what I like to do on this YouTube channel, make it very aware. Hey guys, I would be more consistent, but I still love doing marketing and creative content, funny videos. I literally get paid to do it. It's a dream job. It literally is. I'm so thankful for it. And then, sometimes it is work, but I'm just thankful. And I just try to share, friends, get on this live, anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like we were talking.
Yeah. So I think if you guys, enjoy this video, this kind of context, obviously give us a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share. But post in the comments if there's other thoughts that you have on other content you want to see similar to this, and Anthony will make it work.
Well, yeah, I mean, because like lately, guys, I have a lot of exposure to a lot of big bosses. I ain't gonna lie, and that has been built.
Big bosses.
Yeah, some that make more money than my company.
Davy Crockett.
Jeez, and I'm just saying. So I'm thankful to have that, but I have access to them, and a lot of them want to share too, because there's nobody that really like cares to hear their story, and I find value. I feel like I can learn something from everybody. I got some of those videos going on right now on the channel. You can check that out. I think I most recently just did Wisconsin hypnosis with Jay Luck. That was great. He's a big hypnosis boss. He actually has 3 locations. He's staff, everything. He's a master hypnotist trainer. But anyways, so yeah, just like Jeremy said, comment if you want to see more types of videos. If you also want to see more interviews with big bosses. But besides that, this channel is mainly focused on all things marketing and making passive income online. Thanks for your help today, Jeremy.
Sure.
Later, guys.
Peace.